welcome back. I'm Marta, this is a Somewhere Library and this is my Christmassy mug. So if you have been here for a while, you might have noticed that there has been a change in the scenery, and I feel like I needed to change my background just for the Christmas season because this bookshelf is more Christmassy and I wanted to have like a more Christmassy background for the next videos, even though this one is not gonna be like a Christmassy video, but I'm planning on doing like more holiday related videos for the next couple of videos, and I think a change of scenery was fitting for it. So yeah, and in a way you can also meet my my other bookshelf. So self, people, shelf. Now that everyone is acquainted, let's go into the actual video. So today I wanted to talk about the books I got on November and the books I read on November. And yeah, so November was considerably way better than it was October. I read 4 books, I got 1 new book, and I borrowed one from a friend that I have yet to read. And I'm planning to read as soon as possible because even though like I trust my friend, like I really don't enjoy having other people's books because like, oh my god, what if something happened to the book? I take care of the books, but you never know. So yeah, so the book I got from my friend is this one, Reinas Malditas by Cristina Marato, and in English it would be something like The Damned Queens or something like that. And it's an historical piece. I don't know if it's like novelized or not, but it's about the queens in history that have been considered damned. So oh, it has pictures. And it talks about Sissy, Marie Antoinette, Eugenia de Montijo, Alexandra Romanov, and other queens that were marked by tragedy in their lives. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading this one. I think as soon as I'm done filming with what I have planned for today, I'm gonna dive right into this one because yeah, I really like history and everything related to these queens. It sounds so interesting. So yeah, that one. And the book I got for myself, I technically didn't get it. I like fooled my dad into getting it for me. So yeah, so he did an Amazon order and I was like, Dad, but you need to order something else. Don't worry, I can order a book. And I ordered a book. So it's Time of Dread by John Winning, and this book is praised by Brandon Sanderson, I think? No, this book is said to be perfect for fans of George R.R. Martin and Brandon Sanderson, and is praised by Peter Newman, Sebastian de Castiel. Oh, I have a book by that guy, which is... oh, it's over there. So, Sebastian de Castiel, Miles Cameron, and Anna Smith Spark. So yeah, I think this is the beginning of a new trilogy, and it sets in a fantastical world in which there has been a war between angels and demons, and angels won, and now they are enforcing peace in a very brutal way apparently. And there is this character who wants to join the peace force, and another character that is tracking demonic activity. I think so. So yeah, as per usual, I don't know what my books are about. I just know it's fantasy and I'm really looking forward to it. Plus, it's so floppy. I just love floppy books because I think I have mentioned this at some point, but I tend to get sleepy when reading because I read at night, and when I fell asleep and the book fell on my nose, these ones hurt me considerably less, like 6 crows. I think my nose even bled that time. Yeah. Now into the books I read on November. So the first book I read on November is this one, Winter Garden by Christine Hanna. I picked it up because it was historical fiction set on World War II, and we were doing the readathon thing based on World War, and it was amazing. This book was incredible. Like everything, I have only read 2 books by this author, but I really like Christine Hanna, and I'm really looking forward to read whatever she comes up with. I don't know if the camera is framing, but I have a few more of her books in there, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna be for like next reads for sure. So Sorry. So in this book, we follow a family that lives in America, and the mother and the daughters are not very close because of something that happened to the mother. And the way the mother has to communicate with her daughters is through a tale that she tells. And when the father died, his dying wish is for the mother to finish telling the story to her daughters. And the story happened during the Leningrad siege, and yeah, it was, I mean, at the beginning of the book it was kind of hard getting into it, but as the book progresses and you go into the story and you are farther into it, you fell in love with the characters, which is very important. And I think it's done in a very smart way, because all these characters have a lot of flaws, and I don't think there are people I would like to spend time with. The mother has a very strict character, if you please, and the older daughter is like very it's not, like, she's so self-centered, and I think she's kind of selfish and very similar to her mother in a way. And yeah, the younger daughter is also very selfish and doesn't seem to really care about her family. But yeah, I think they're unlikable characters, but through this story you get to fall in love with them and understand how they get to the point in which they are now. And it was really, really good. I love this book, especially for the part in which the mother is telling the story, and you're gonna fall in love with this book. I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars, and I really, really recommend you all read it. The next book I finished this month was a carryover from last month, and is Dracula by Bram Stoker. This is my classic edition and I love it. I think I mentioned this on my previous wrap-up, but I was not particularly enjoying the book when I first started reading it, and I stopped it, read Winter Garden, and then pick it up back. And as soon as I have the book back, I was like hooked and really enjoy it. So yeah, it's surprising. I think this book, I mean, I enjoyed the book, and I'm shocked because it's told in a diary format and through some letters, and I don't really like the epistolar way for books. It's not my cup of tea, and I think that is because I have yet to find a book that does it right, and this book does. So the way it's told, it's explained later on the book, and it's like, oh, now it makes sense why you're telling me the story in this way. So I did like the book. I see why it's a classic, and even though I enjoy it, I don't think it's like the best book I ever read. I prefer other classics to this one actually, and I ended up giving it 3 out of 5 stars. The next book I read this month, how to talk about this book, it's like I'm in pain already and I haven't started, but yeah. Capturing the Devil by Kerry Maniscalco was one of my most anticipated reads for this year, and I was so extremely disappointed by this one. Yeah, I said it out loud. I was dying to read this book because I fell in love with the characters and how the story is told, and Audrey Rose and Thomas, and yeah, and the whole mystery, and how even though it had some aspects of romance, the romance was not taking over the whole it was not taking over the whole plot. That's something that in this book is lacking. This book is all about the romance, all about the issues and how the romance is important, and it's not so much, it's not that focused on the actual murder, which is or the murder or the mystery case, which is what made me fall in love with the books in the first place. So yeah, I'm disappointed by it. It had the ending I wanted, though I don't think you reach the ending in a way that goes okay with that fits the story. So yeah, this one I gave it 3 stars, more because of the characters, because I love the characters and all that stuff, rather than because I did enjoy the book. So yeah. So after all this book, I was just losing hope in the year and in books, and I picked up my final book of the month, and I was so surprised, and I'm so happy I was surprised by this book because I bought it thinking I would like it. Of course, I buy books thinking I will like them, but I certainly was not expecting like Serpent and the Dove as much as I ended up. This book is by Selby Morin, and I'm just so in love with this book. I cannot stop raving about it. And yeah, thanks to the book I joined a fantasy book club, so yeah, I have people to read fantasy with now. And yeah, I'm just so happy I read this book. This book is very romance heavy, which is something I critique early on Capturing the Devil, but I don't think that romance is my problem. But I knew going into this book that was romance heavy. It's not the same that happened when I was reading Capturing the Devil. So in Serpent and the Dove we follow 2 characters, Lou and Reed, and they're both the best. I want to read, definitely. And yay, they're so cute. Lou is a witch who gets in a lot of trouble. Reed is a witch hunter who gets into trouble because of Lou, and they ended up having to marry each other, which it's kind of fun. I love the humor in this book and how they both have to get to know each other in order to understand how the other feels and everything. So yeah, it was such a nice surprise. 5 out of 5 stars. Highly recommend it if you like fantasy, if you like romance and you want to go into fantasy. This is the perfect book for you. And yeah, so those were all the books that were added to my TBR and taken off of my TBR too. Do you have any recommendations? What books did you read on November? What books did you add to your TBR on November? And yeah, let's just chat in the comments. Bye bye!